I am in awe at what just happened in Montreal after Ivan Demidov, of all people, broke the sound barrier with the crowd with the game-tying goal. The Montreal Canadiens get an improbable win against the Seattle Kraken, eliminating one of the last remaining undefeated teams in the NHL. Ivan Demidov shone out. Noah Dobson with an incredible game. Cole Caufield with one of the best snipes you'll ever see. There is something incredibly special brewing right now in Montreal, Jesse. The fans are so into it. The players are so into it. Everything is clicking, even in a game where we went down late. It didn't matter. There is so much to love about this. And look, here's the box score. Feel free to pause, take a look. I know there's going to be some talk about, oh, Monty let in some goals. Realistically, Montreal had this game if it wasn't for some really bad luck. A shot hitting McCann and him shooting it right in. One going in right off of Newman, who is a great player for Seattle, but right into the net. Montreal controlled this game, and I think a lot of the stats back it up, Jesse. What a way, though, to come back through that adversity in your home opener, mind you, with probably the best opening ceremony I've ever seen.
Yeah, what a way, though, to start off the season in the home opener. OT winner here, just going down to the wire. And again, it wasn't easy for the boys, but they found a way to pull together against, the Seattle Kraken, who were playing a defensive style of hockey with a really good goalie, who haven't lost this year because of it. It's been working really well. So they found a way, Josh, where it seemed like the Montreal Canadiens, they were in control of this, but then they found themselves behind, with about 11 minutes to go there in that third period. But just finding a way again, so many stars here tonight, I think, contributing. It was really the full team effort, right? Where we're just having, whether that's Dach, whether it's Newhook, Caufield getting a couple, really all lines were really offering something for us here tonight, Josh. But I think we need to get to it right away. Demidov being able to tie this game here with just, about 2 minutes left, that patience, that intelligence, absolutely unreal of the fact of how, the boys here with the puck, not just kind of rush off a shot, wait, he has his opportunity and then score, just showing a lot of confidence here to really make no mistake to send this game to overtime. Obviously, Cole Caufield, we're going to need to get in a second, that ridiculous shot here to finish it off. Josh, I'm just so excited again, the team getting off to this 3-1 start. So important, these fans, they really deserve the show for all the love that they've been showing the team, the support here, and just the fact that they were able to provide us here tonight, which all the good vibes going on. Hutson, we know is getting extended. We know Gordon and Hughes, they're getting extended as well. What a great way with the season opener, just for a win, just symbolically, Josh, just so important to set this all off right.
Absolutely, and the crowd, how loud they were for Hutson in those intros. Those intros were sick. What great choices of music. I thought there'd be way more country music than there was, but my gosh, starting off with Money for Nothing, ended off with Fix You by Suzuki. Oh my god, it was so, again, it set the tone for the whole night, and this game matched it. I mean, what a crazy game. 4-4 heading into overtime, back and forth. No team had more than a 1-goal lead this entire game, but you absolutely mentioned Ivan Demidov, and that guy, what a performance. He now is tied for second all time for the most points by a teenager in Habs history through their first 6 career games. He has 5 points in his first 6 career games. 3 points in 4 games now with 1 goal, 1 assist tonight, including the beautiful pass to Newhook. We'll run through the highlights again. I mean, from the get-go in this game, Jesse, he looked great. This line has looked so good all season. Demidov getting his chances, that goal to send it to overtime. But really, after we get to this Caufield goal, 2 snipes tonight, this pass here, such an insane pass to Newhook with so much velocity, and he shows up right there at the top of the game scorecard. And, there's another guy we'll talk about right at the top. Shocker, it's Noah Dobson again. I don't know. Caufield 2-goal game. It's still Noah Dobson, but Ivan Demidov right up there. Kirby Dach third as well, getting a goal from himself too on that deflection off that Dobson shot. I mean, so many good things coming out of tonight, Jesse, and I love how in different games we're seeing different good performances from different players. Bolduc, a more quiet game tonight, still effective, right? But he doesn't need to go out there. He's still a point per game, mind you. Bolduc is one of 4 Habs who are point per game. Suzuki, Caufield, Gallagher, and himself. Matheson and Demidov each have 3 points in 4 games. Dobson only has 2 points, but he's always at the top of the game score. Everyone is contributing to these wins, and I think that's what I love the most right now. And even if it's a shaky goaltending night by a numbers standard for Montembeault, even though I thought he made some good saves, the team still comes out on top with some rough defensive performances, and it's a different version of this team where you are just utterly, supremely confident that they'll get things done late, which is not necessarily something I could say over the past 2-3 years.
It's a new version of this team. You're absolutely right, Josh. And we're seeing what these new additions, such as Demidov, are really creating for this team, really right from the beginning, but also helping to close this off, of really tying this game and then bring us into overtime here. So absolutely unreal, just the playmaking that we're seeing from him. And as a result, like on that first goal we're seeing where he sets up Newhook just so great. Obviously, Alex Newhook just doing such a great job of going to the net really hard. But we can't highlight how important it is for players like Newhook and also like Kirby, Dach to be getting off to strong starts for further confidence this season, because they're players that are both capable of a lot, but it's almost like their entire season is determined about what they're going to do in this first like 20 games here. If they can really make an impact for this team this first 20 games, it's going to look really good for those next 3 quarters here. So again, like Demidov bringing them into the fight, but we've seen that chemistry happening. Again, how it's not just translating, not just preseason, but now in the regular season. Amazing. Dobson, as you mentioned, like only rightfully so at the top. The analytics darling here once again. You have to feel like, pretty close to him even being a goal scorer tonight. Like Dach just getting the smallest piece of that. But again, like really important for me also to see both Dach and Dobson, again, getting off to some strong starts, kind of for different reasons. But for, really important for them to really establish themselves, because we know we got certain players, Caufield, Suzuki, we can kind of bank on that, Hutson, obviously, but it's really these other players like Dach, like Dobson, Newhook. What are they going to do that's going to determine this team? And so far, it's really that collective effort right now that is bringing everyone into the fight.
And it's something that, again, is kind of a mantra of the Habs, right? You're playing for each other, and they're all doing so many great things, these supporting guys. And again, Dobson, first off, being at the top of this is so impressive. Again, despite like other guys having 2-point games, him only having a 1-point game, his impact was that good. You can see he had the second best team defense above average behind only his D partner, Mike Matheson. But that's what I was getting to. He is helping to elevate Matheson's game, which is something that I don't think we could have possibly anticipated. Like it just doesn't make sense on paper, but it does in practice. And you see it, Matheson simplifying his game, having to do less, Dobson taking over more of a role, and it's working great. And again, the cohesion between this unit is so great, and I think that also goes to the coaching as well. I love this picture. In overtime, there was a timeout, and Marty St. Louis, is a great tweet by Priyanka Emmerth, had a mischievous smirk on his face during the timeout in overtime. He knew exactly what was coming, and you know what? Again, Jesse, we got to shout out Cole Caufield here at the end, because this dude, 2 goals in this game, first star of the game, Ivan Demidov second, Jared McCann third, who did have a good game. He's just has a penchant for clutch goals, but Caufield, I mean, like, this is his, third straight year, I think, with a goal in the home opener. He was everywhere tonight, and we almost get reminded, I feel like, we talked about this a bit this offseason, but with so many big moves, like, is Laine coming back? Oh my God, Noah Dobson coming in, Zach Bolduc. Reminder, Cole Caufield could easily be a 40-goal scorer this year, and I think he proved just that again tonight, and if there were even any doubters, I think he put that to rest, at least a little bit. This was unreal.
And that was just an absolute laser of a shot to really win the game in overtime, as Cole Caufield has really proven just such a penchant for doing here. I think we definitely have to give a shout out to Lane Hutson again. Really the man of the hour for this team in so many ways, just accepted a very team-friendly deal, and the magic's not stopping there. It's really what he was able to do ahead of time to set up that play for Caufield. Again, it's such a big part of getting us this win, a big part of, the reason why we're locking up Hutson long-term. We got Caufield part of the long-term. Just seeing what they can do over time together, and as they grow 3-4 years, even longer here as they're kind of locked up for that, it's absolutely unreal. What it really came down to tonight, Josh, in a lot of ways, though, was that the Montreal Canadiens simply had more firepower than the Seattle Kraken. And isn't this such a paradigm shift for the Montreal Canadiens? Because it's not very often where we can say it's because we got players like Demidov, even guys like, Bolduc, that even though they're maybe not scoring tonight, that they're part of the roster, that we can just say from top to bottom, we just got more goal scorers. And I kind of like our decor over it as well. So a lot to like. They played a defensive style of game, which I think is really suited to what they need to do to be successful. At the end of the day, we were able to weather the storm, but it's really that goal scoring, that depth up and down the lineup, which allowed us to get the win tonight. For me, which is just a big sign, for the rest of the season, it's that we're going to need to battle sometimes, but it's really going to be that depth that we really have through up and down the lineup that is really going to allow us to get these close game wins.
Yeah, and there's not a moment where I'm like, oh boy, that line's out there, and even Marty was switching up some of the lines late tonight to really adjust, and hey, and to have the ability to do that is awesome. Briefly there at the end of regulation when we were looking for some offense before we got that power play, it was Demidov out there with Dach and Newhook, and then we also took Laine off the fourth line and replaced him with Gallagher to run that classic Gallagher, Anderson, Evans possession line that worked so well together last year, right? And even in the playoffs. So we have the ability to kind of tweak these lines because our depth is so good now that all of these lines can contribute very well. Obviously, that first line, in terms of advanced stats, we know how good they are in terms of controlling the shot attempts. But with so much talent up and down the forward core, up and down the D core, these kind of games, Jesse, are going to become more common. And we got to hear what you guys have to say. Like, that Demidov goal probably, like I said, broke the sound barrier. That overtime goal, I can't even imagine. Hearing the ovations, I wish I was there for that opening ceremony. This place is the best place to play in the world. It's a privilege to be able to talk about this team. Thank you for tuning into this episode. And hit that subscribe button while you're there, because you know we got this coming after every single game. Whoa, what a game, Jesse. I'm Josh Gosse, my co-host Jesse Poirier. We'll catch you on the next one.